To the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 or 5 before that. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And normally when you talk about a quarterback on his third team in as many years, you're worried about this kid's potential. But in this case, Justin Fields has plenty of it, and he flashed it big time during his short tenure in Pittsburgh. Now he has an opportunity in New York to be a full-time starter once again, and the Jets are excited about his potential.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. This defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. And it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir. He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Off play action, Fields.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Shamar Stewart.
What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack in the campaign.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on third down and long. And a shotgun snap, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's the Jets punter now.
Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Here we go. 180. 180. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here we go. 180.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
180.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
1-1, ready? Here we go, here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Now Burrow.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
Here's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This now a 3rd and 4.
Gun. Dot. 180. 42. Dot.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamie Sherwood. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. New York set to take the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Fields. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10
here we go.
at the 41-yard line.
Can. Dot.
Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. The numbers a week ago for Chase.
He was inching up towards 200 yards receiving, couple of touchdowns, and I think you said it best at the end of the game. It was a pleasure to watch his performance, wasn't it?
Absolutely, because you and I both know none of those numbers came by accident. They were a result of him being in perfect sync with his quarterback, and boy, it was beautiful to watch.
180. Dot.
From the gun, a give to ground. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
And the Bengals 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. 180. Dot. 11 mighty. Dot.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Dot. Dot.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
11. Let's get set. Right, 80. Stop.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Tajay Spears,
His second touchdown on the season.
and the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Motion man left is Lazard. Here's Fields.
Now he'll tuck this and run. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble reviewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Fields now to throw.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Shamar Stewart.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll set up the screen for Spears. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Here we go. Hey, Can.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking left side, has got him in. That's Brown. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So in jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38.
180. It's hot. 180.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, with the problems they've had giving away the football in this first half, they've got to be over the moon that this is still a tie ball game. So here's where a quarterback has to move the turnovers to the back of his mind and focus on the present. And that's a good throw there to pick up a first down.
Here we go. 180. Turbo hot.
Burrow looking to pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
As long as you've been the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
On one,
second and goal from inside the 5.
Let's get set. Start. 180. Start. Start.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Y'all got to pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So no gain on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
To dial up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Rocky start throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
To throw is Fields.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Now he goes.
Shamar Stewart.
What a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Jones on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
One, ready? Here we go. Can. Start.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's off the mark, incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Burrow on play action. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
And he is going to have now the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
180! 180!
Out of the gun again to Spears. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Tajay Spears, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
McPherson on for the point after. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
And now at this point in the first half, you got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Mike Hilton, he came up nicely there and dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Good for a Jets. First down. A gain of 15. First down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Shamar Stewart. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. Demetrius Knight. He's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass
pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
It's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's an early front runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Gun. Cut. 180. Right up. Cut.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Got a man open, it's Chase.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
On 1, ready?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
180. Right up. Cut.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
11, Thomas.
An audible here to get a new look.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field.
Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Straight ahead is Hall.
Fancy footwork at the 45. 20. 5. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Cybert on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
On 2, ready?
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. God.
Now Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun. God. White 80.
Here's Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Stop. White 80. White 80. 11, Tom.
Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Hard throw, incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Ryan Rico now.
As he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10
at the 40.
Cut. 180. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Cut.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Can. 11. 11. Cut.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Here we go. 180. Cut.
Burrow will throw.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point.
Gun.
This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, can. Stop.
Now it's Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Here we go. 11 stop. Wait, 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. Stop.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. Place hot. Hot. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Stop.
Hand off to Spears. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
An inside give, Brown. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
On one.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Ready, son. Stop.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And a ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The New York offense taking over for their next possession, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts.
And an anxious
precious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess after that interception. Just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Here we go. Right 80. 12. 12. 12.
And here's a give to Spears.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. Second and 13 that they're walking up on.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins out west. Southern California is where we find the Chargers at home to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And it's the second-year man, Ladd McConkey. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Chargers are going to wind up winning by 17. Why don't we move on now and check in on another big mid-season matchup. And it's the second-year quarterback, Michael Penix. Here he is on target, fittingly, to his tight end. Hey, happy National Tight Ends Day, everyone. The Falcons out in front. It's now 17-0, and that game has gone to the half. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Chicago Bears. And it's the second-year signal caller, Caleb Williams. It's a touchdown pass from 3 yards out. This one's now at the half, and it's the Bears lead it by a point at halftime. A look there at the rest of the action from week number 8. 6 teams on the bye: Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Vegas, the LA Rams, and Seattle. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these 2 sides through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
Here's a give to Brown. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Got.
And now a run with Spears. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
12. Gun. Got. 180. Got.
On the handoff, this is Brown. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. 180 shots. Got.
Here's a run by Spears. This one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McPherson on for the extra point. And his
his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Again on second down.
Nice little juke.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. On the draw, it's Hall. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The home team's offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey,
We just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game. In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Burrow looking to pass. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, can. Stop.
They're going to look to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Now Hall to start the drive.
They juked him. And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play action. It's Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Fields. This is Lazard with a catch out left.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Here's Fields on the sneak. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Here's Hall.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's Fields. This pass out wide to Hall.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal, Jets.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Jets are back within a score. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30.
Here we go. 180.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
12. Here we go. 180.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. 180. 42.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Burrow going for it on fourth. He'll try to do it himself.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Looking to put a drive together. In motion right is Wilson. They'll start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hall on a give up the middle.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Back to throw, Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Well, he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Fields. Taylor there to bring it in on the crossing route. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now it's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Justin Fields
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Jets have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Can. Start. 11. Start.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Chase Brown with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sidestepped 1 man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
At the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
To throw is Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
Fortunate to get that football back. It's trailing here in the second half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. A shotgun snap. Fields. He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, here's Fields.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. There he goes. Shamar Stewart. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Jones. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
On 2, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much, and you forget the other options that are out there.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Burrow. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now he's loose again, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80. Right 80.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 1, ready?
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Can.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
180. Stop.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Stop, stop.
Brown is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
In the backfield by himself is Brown, second and goal.
Here we go. 11 empty. 11, stop. 180. 180, stop. Stop. Stop.
Brown once more. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Stop. Hey, can. Stop. Stop.
Third and goal, Burrow.
They'll set up the screen for Spears.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Tajay Spears, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to build on to their 4th-quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there that makes this a 2-score game.
As we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Fields now to throw. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that will bring up second down.
2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Fields. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. A gain of 12. First down.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Straight ahead is Hall.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Now Fields going to run.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Fields. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd and goal. Fields. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on 3rd and goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 39. Seibert able to knock this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 44-yard line.
On one, ready?
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
He's just set. 180. Turbo touch.
Now it's Burrow.
He's got a man wide open, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 43-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Game. Offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
180. 180 shot. Stop.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 49. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Stop.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And that lines up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Gun. Start. 180. 180 shot. Start.
Trying for it with P-Line.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
A 50-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that would extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now Justin Fields and the Jets down by 10. A minute 14 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. All eyes on Fields. Pass complete to Taylor.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Jets.
Back to throw. Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Jets first down.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Here's Fields.
That's complete right side to Lazard.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Fields. He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
It's
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Get set. Hey, can.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Cincinnati,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah.